everyone, and welcome to the PCSS Connection podcast. I'm your host, Buddy Pearson, the Communication and Marketing Supervisor for Putnam County Schools. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. This week we want to revisit a couple of big happenings in the Putnam County school system, the eclipse and the PEP Rally. We also want to preview the big Cookeville High production of Les Mis that's going on. It's kicking off this weekend. First, let's turn our attention to something that rarely happens around these parts, and that is a solar eclipse that occurred on April 8th. Putnam County students, teachers, and administrators were able to watch the eclipse together at their respective schools. For science and STEM teachers, this was a great opportunity to teach students about the sun and the moon and what happens when their paths cross. Okay. And joining us now is Michael Chaffin, a STEM teacher at Prescott South Middle School. Michael, welcome to the PCSS Connection. And for a eclipse to come through during your time as a teacher, as a STEM teacher, that's pretty good timing, but also that's got to be pretty cool.
It is. It's really awesome whenever something like that happens, especially a big celestial event like that. It's a great learning opportunity, and the children can actually experience the phenomena firsthand, and it's a great launching point for lots of questions and investigations into lots of different things.
Yeah. So did you kind of, talk to the students a little bit about what was going to happen and kind of prepare them in the weeks and days leading up to it?
So personally, I did not. We left that kind of up to the grade levels to discuss it and to break into discussions in the classroom themselves and what was going to be happening. We had different activities that led up to the events in different grade levels, just kind of exploring the solar system and moon phases and different things like that, just kind of whatever fit in with their curriculum at the time or whatever fits in with that grade level. So we kind of left it up to them. And then we had some other activities planned for whenever we actually had the viewings that were outside. Some of the things that we had planned for that, unfortunately the weather wasn't perfect for us on that day, but pinhole cameras is something that can be done real easy. Just taking a piece of paper, or we used cardstock and putting a hole through it, and then whenever the clouds did break away, we were able to use that and see an inverse image of what the sun was looking like right at that time as a shadow on the ground. We also had some colanders out there, the round hole colanders.
Yeah.
So it'd like make a big kind of kaleidoscope of the images, and that was really neat when we were able to get that with the sun. Red and green colors. Also, you can watch how the rods and cones in your eyes, the cones are pick up colors whenever it's really bright, and then the rods are when it's more dim. And if you had like the reds or orange or yellow colors on as the sun was eclipsed by the moon, those colors kind of faded out into more gray, and your blues and greens really kind of got more vibrant and bright. And because Prescott, we are green and blue, we had lots of green and blue out there, so we were able to see that.
Oh, that's awesome. So what was kind of some of the feedback from some of the students?
Every grade level, 5 through 8, were pretty enthralled with it.
Yeah.
So it was really fun being out there with the students because when the first group came out, because it had been cloudy all day, and we're like, okay, we're going to do this anyway. We're going to see what happens, because there was breaks in the clouds. And that first group came out, and I was starting to address them as they were coming up because it was overcast. And right when I started addressing them, like the clouds just broke, and all the kids were like, look! And they just started like cheering and everything. It was really amazing. And then we set them all down. We talked about the eclipse and like what was happening and things like that. And, that we explained the difference between what we were going to be seeing with the partial eclipse and when we had the totality back in 2017, and some of those differences with them. And every time that the clouds would break, there'd just be cheering and clapping, and it was just a great reaction from the students.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. Now, how long have you been at Prescott South Middle School?
This will be my 4th year teaching, and I also did my residency there, so I've been there a total of 5 years.
Okay. Teaching STEM, I mean, what is it that you like the most about that?
The STEM program that we have, I really love that. I've been there kind of when we were first STEM designated and kind of saw it built up over the years. And it's just all the amazing opportunities that we have for the children to participate in. We've got tons of things to do. We've got robotics, we got coding, we have intro to technology, we have an audio video club, we have a t-shirt shop, we've got horticulture. There's just so much stuff that we do, and it really helps them get interested and kind of find their niche and what they want to do as they move into high school and decide on a pathway. And it keeps them busy, and it's not repetitive. There's a little bit of different stuff going on for all the different grade levels. So I really like that.
Now, where were you in 2017 when we had the total eclipse?
So I was here in Cookeville. a lot of people went out to Tennessee Tech for the big viewing thing.
Yep.
I did not myself.
Well, we
Instead,
missed you because I was there.
were you there?
Yeah, I was.
No, I didn't go there. I took my daughters out to my dad's farm,
Oh.
big clear open area, and we were out there. So it was just us out there in the field, and we're watching the eclipse. And as it started getting darker, like all the sounds kind of stopped, like it was
Yeah.
night, and the cows that were in the field, they started moving from where they were at, like to where they would go and bed down at
Yeah.
night. So it was really cool
That
watching how nature reacts during the total eclipse.
Now, I know that this one wasn't the total eclipse, and it wasn't exactly like that. But I mean, there was still, as you said, there was still some really cool phenomenon that went on. But the important thing is you're able to teach and have these students learn something about this. Because when's the next one come through?
44 is the next one in the United States.
20 years.
Yeah.
20 years. Well, hopefully
And
we'll be around.
I believe that one is going from Texas up to Maine.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit further away from us, the arc that it's going to be traveling on that, than this last one was. So.
Yeah. So has there been anything about the eclipse since then? I mean, or pretty much after it was over with, everybody went inside and that was pretty much it?
There was still some activities going on in the classrooms and everything like that. But for me personally, I didn't carry on with it too much after that, but the grade level teachers did.
Yeah.
I did answer lots of questions in several days after. One of the questions that I got was kind of like what you asked, like when the next one was.
Yeah.
And then I was asked a lot, like, why do we not get eclipses every time that there's a new moon?
Yeah.
And when do and just things like that, and why was it not a total eclipse? And you start talking about like the positioning of the moon and different things like that, and you can even talk about there's different types of total eclipses. So you have like the total like blackout eclipse, and then you have the ring of fire eclipse, depending on if you're in apogee or not. So whenever you're in apogee, you're further away, and that allows a little bit of the sun to actually bleed out around the moon, and that's when you get the ring of fire eclipse.
Well, not every year you get an eclipse, and we're getting close to the end of the semester. Is there anything else big that the students are looking forward to as far as the end of the semester goes, or was this was it, man? This was the big thing.
This was pretty huge. I mean, celestial events, it doesn't get much bigger than that. We have lots of different activities planned for the end of the school year. The big next school-wide event, of course, we got the play going on, and there's band concerts and things like that. And then there's the OMC, or it's Organized Mass Chaos, which is our big of the end of the year bash that we do, and all the students really get into that.
That's awesome. Michael Chaffin, the STEM teacher from Prescott South Middle School. Anything else you want to add, man? I appreciate you taking time out. I know it's a busy week with testing, a lot of stuff going on, but thanks so much for coming and sharing with us about the eclipse. It's really cool to see the pictures and to see all the things, the students together, and really seen them enjoy it together.
Yeah, it was a great time. It was a great time. I really enjoyed it.
Well, thanks for being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, the day after the eclipse, the Putnam Education Partnership Foundation held its first ever fundraising luncheon. More than 250 people showed up to the PEP Rally, which raised more than $65,000. A lot of that money will benefit the students in Putnam County through the backpack programs, Student Needs Fund, and Performing Arts grants. And joining us now is the president of the PEP Club Board of Directors, Rachael Stiles. And Rachael, are you still on I guess sort of a high from just what a great pep rally that was? Are you still fired up?
Yeah, still in shock. I think I'll come back into the being fired up part, but it was a lot of it shocking.
Yeah.
Just to see how great the event was and how it all came together and who all showed up and how they showed up. Yeah, I'm still speechless.
To try something for the first time.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of folks in the county that really don't know what PEP still is.
Right.
So it's still like an ongoing process where you're trying to tell people about what it is and then trying to raise money at the same time. I'm sure that's kind of a daunting task.
It was. We set out with those two kind of purposes in mind, and I was more on the former. Let's get the word out.
Yeah.
Let's not set too high of hopes on raising the funds that we do want to increase our impact, right?
Yeah.
Like we knew we needed to have sort of that stable fundraising so that we can plan and move forward. But how can you fund if people don't know about you?
Right.
So let's just get the
Yeah.
word out. And I think we accomplished both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a pep rally feel to it. You had the pep band, playing outside the River Community Church when they came in. You had the mascots welcoming everybody in. You could walk in, you could go right through line, get your food, kind of tailgating, and then go into the auditorium. And there was video playing that was put together by the UHS students, which I think what people don't really, what they come to find out, but they didn't know, is all the stuff, how students had a hand in what was going on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and just this year, we really declared we are the school support organization for the Putnam County School District.
Yeah.
So, we've been, yes, flying under the radar, coordinating backpack programs, meeting needs, partnering with Family Student Services. So as the team came together and we said, okay, we're getting the word out, we're going to raise funds. Our acronym is PEP.
Yeah.
And we support the school system. So what better than having a PEP rally? And I got goosebumps the minute they said that. I was like, yep, that's so good. And then the ideas just flew, right? Having the marching band with the instruments that PEP was able to help fund,
right.
These new instruments, and seeing them, and feeling them, right? Your heart is pumping as you're walking in, and you're welcomed by mascots, and you have photo ops with mascots. And I'm just was so humbled by the students, right?
Yeah.
It was such a variety of students that
the culinary arts from Cookeville
served
High.
our food and Vital, and they put together their STEM sort of booths so people can know as they're walking in.
That was awesome.
What they do, and they even provided the plaque for our Servant's Heart Award recipients. And so just the students being there, it was surreal, because we talk about making an impact, we talk about bringing to life and helping students reach their potential, and then I could touch it, I could feel it, I could taste it. all of the student potential was there in one place, and just that is what ignited me more than anything.
And it wasn't like it was a great day weather-wise. So you're like, oh, the weather's terrible, we'll just see who shows up, and you're kind of standing around, and people start coming in, and keep coming in, they keep showing up, and they keep showing up, and all of a sudden you're looking around, and the tables are filling up, and it's like, wow, this is okay. It's a good turnout. And then you go through the program, and you gave a awesome speech talking about why you're involved in PEP, and of course Corby King, the director of schools, gets up there, and they show the videos and everything, and then it comes time to donate. And what was the goal going in? Like, if you said, okay, this is kind of what we would like to have. This would kind of be what was that?
Yeah. So again, as they were planning, and I was even worried, we are getting all these students here, and will there actually be people to see it?
Yeah.
I'm a boomerang back into Cookeville, right? I grew up here. I took about a 20-year hiatus, came back, and I had no clue what to expect, right? Sure. Going to banquets and fundraisers, and this is our first one, so I was really not a good leader, lowering expectations for Caitlin, our phenomenal executive director, and the board. So I was like, okay, attendance may not be there, but it was.
Yeah.
Okay, attendance was there. Word was getting out. And then our goal, again, I was like, are you sure? Because they set a goal of $40,000. I was like, okay,
that's big for a one-time thing, for the first
one. Are you sure? We haven't done this before, and I don't know the market research to know how generous is our community. We have a very generous community.
Yes.
I mean, again, goosebumps to think about it. Yeah. So our goal was 40,000. We got over 65,000. And all of that will go to removing barriers for students, achieving academic and just in life, right? Pointing them in the direction to career success and all the like. So all that money is going to go to removing barriers. And I just, it's kind of like you see like in a video game, like poof, that's gone, poof, that's gone. Like that's what I'm hoping and seeing, of like these barriers that are just poof, gone.
Yeah. So how did you get involved? You said you kind of boomeranged back. How did you get involved with PEP to begin with?
Yeah. So my husband's career is what brought us to Cookeville. He's not from here. He's from Ohio, and
his career brought you back.
Yeah. So his career brought it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like we were in Kingsport, Tennessee previously, and we thought that's the closest to home I'll ever get. But no. So wonderful Tutco brought my husband here, and I was a happy trailing spouse. So we came here, and his work group was somebody who sat on the board, Trina Taylor. And so we got to know, the folks at Tutco, and she got to know me, and she's an opening on the board came up, and so she thought of me, and we connected, and she knew a little bit of my upbringing, and probably I had struggles in life as a child, as many do, and many even worse, sort of from that financial security perspective. And so she just put two and two together. She said, "You've got passion. Even my career is organizational psychology and kind of organizational effectiveness, and PEP at that time, I didn't realize it, but was making that transition, right, from a quieter behind the scenes, lesser known, to venturing out and helping meet even more needs, getting the word out. So my organizational antennas were up, and joined some meetings, and got locked into the mission, and it's been a fast ride ever since.
Yeah, and now you're the president of the board of directors. Yeah, how about that?
Yeah, I was not planning that.
Yeah. So I guess to kind of piggyback off this, there's some momentum now with PEP. So what do you do with the momentum? What do you do with the awareness that you've raised, with the funds that you've raised? Kind of what's next?
Yeah. We're looking forward to planning and next year, and building on kind of the pillars that we already have established, in terms of just meeting basic needs for students in the school system, right? So getting a better handle on that, and even being proactive, right? Not just receiving the needs and responding, but how can we really understand and proactively meet those needs? And then just expanding into kind of all aspects of a student life cycle, if you think about it, right? So it's not just surviving, but it's thriving. So what are the things that we can really focus on? So we'll be doing a lot of planning, a lot of preparing in that way. And then what I love from a community engagement perspective, it's not just a one-time thing. Okay, thanks, good, we're done.
Yeah.
Something that we have been building the foundation for, and I encourage everybody to get on board with, is social media. And so always, putting out there, here is a real-time need for the schools, whether it's a specific school or whether it's a district, and we are setting up these blue bins around town with these wonderful, community sponsors that we have. They're going to set up a bin, and you can specifically take items to those bins, and we will get them in the hands of the teachers and the students who need them. So social media, it's an ongoing relationship.
Right.
You didn't just come to an event. You are now tied to us, and we ask that you stay in this relationship with us. So I think connecting to us on social media and staying aware of that, obviously on our website, joining a mailing list will more formally keep you up to date there.
There may be some folks out there who weren't able to come to the PEP rally who still want to contribute.
That's right. And of course, there's a donate now.
Yeah.
that will always be there for one-time gifts, or just sort of that reoccurring partner. Again, because as the funds come in, then we can remove those barriers. So I mentioned sort of our partners who host the bins, but even the partners at the event. Huge. The River Church you mentioned already, that they provided us with that space, and Pastor TJ was so kind and thoughtful, and even his prayer at the beginning was just so spot on. And I'm very thankful for that. And First National Bank and Smart Bank and all the other sponsors, and it's cool that even you see on our program is there are champions, or there are mascots, or there are loyal fans, and it's like, oh, this PEP rally concept is not going away. We are going to keep it going.
Well, it's great. It was very eye-opening. It was very successful, and certainly congratulations, you and Caitlin and all the board. Everybody worked so hard, and it's great to see hard work pay off, especially when you're talking about funds that can help eliminate those barriers for these kids in our school system. So thank you for what you do. Thank you to the PEP program, and we look forward to just seeing some more great things from the PEP Foundation.
Yeah, I hope so. I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Well, each year the Cookeville High Chorus and Drama Team put on a Broadway-style production. In the past, CHS has showcased Phantom of the Opera, Newsies, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame, just to name a few. This year, a production of Les Mis is set to begin. All of these productions are the handiwork of Michael Choate and a dedicated staff. We had a chance to visit with Michael a couple of days before opening night of Les Mis. And joining us now is Michael Choate, and I feel like it's the wall of fame behind us of a lot of your productions that you've had here. And and you're about to have another one, Les Mis, right behind us in the auditorium. Rehearsals are going on. I know you're anxiously wanting to get in there, and I appreciate you taking time, but here we are. This is it. I mean, you've been planning, preparing for months, and now Les Mis is finally here.
It is finally here, and the word finally is questionable at this point because we're thinking, how did it get here so fast and so quickly? But we're just thrilled to have the students that we have and the caliber of talent that we have here at Cookeville High School. We've been blessed year after year. It just seems to always be that Cookeville High School contains so many incredibly talented young people, and there is no better show to showcase that than Les Mis. So we're looking very forward to that.
How long have you been working on this production?
You know, we, as a production team, once we typically make choices about what we're going to do based upon what we think will fit the group that we have in the summer, and then we start doing research and putting together our team of people that it's going to take to execute something like this, and then actively, probably since August, just to get the word out, an audition notice, and then I think we auditioned in November. And January active rehearsals began. So.
Yeah. For it to be so close, for it to be the opening weekend, how are you feeling about it?
Oh, I feel great about it. The students have put in the work. Their work is evident, and they're uber prepared. Yeah. Once you reach this point in the cycle of putting the production together like this, it's all about the tech. It's all about sound, lights, orchestra, those things that really you can't do until you get closer, because as much as we'd like to be Broadway, we're still a little closer to Broad Street. So we have a budget that that sort of limits having some of the resources we need until right before we open. So we're working around the clock right now to make all that happen.
So if somebody out there says, "Well, I don't even know what Les Mis is," what is this? What is this production about?
I was talking with someone earlier, and they said, "Does anything really good happen in this show?" And it's such a journey, really, in one man's life, and about all of the struggles that those he encounters, including himself, have faced, and all of the trials of life, and how he really continues to work to find good in himself, and in the end, it's just a beautiful story of redemption and how it's never too late to turn your life around. And when you find someone to love, and when you find someone to believe in and commit your life to, then you can I think the catchphrase is from the show is, to love another person is to see the face of God. Yeah. So it's just incredibly moving and poignant.
Now, I know if you've watched the movie, there's certainly some things that are in the movie that I'm sure is hard to bring into the show, or hard, you have to kind of massage a little bit when you're working with high school students. How do you do those things?
Well, to be honest, we actually have a disclaimer in our program, because this is not a show for young audiences. It's very much mature content in terms of themes, mature language. There's some language. And even in the school edition, they don't trim all of that out, because to trim all of that out really it would alter the composer and the author's intent on how to build the sympathy for all of these characters, right, and to really portray the misery, Les Miserables, the misery that all these people faced. And so, the thing that I think is wonderful about teaching high school is they really do understand moments where things are mature and things are difficult and things are hard, and so it would be an insult to their intelligence at the level they are, getting ready to go out and face the world, to assume that they couldn't handle some of that. But for audience's sake, for people with young children, we are making them aware that this is a story about grown-ups and hardships that they face. So, in the French Revolution time period. So,
have you thought about next year?
Not really. We try not to look too far ahead. One reason is that you never know who's going to walk through the front door, right, in registration, at the school, and I always frown upon making choices too early. Wait and see what kind of group you have and what their strengths are, and find another great story to tell. So.
to be able to do these productions with your daughters, and to have your daughter now as a senior, this will be her last one. What's the emotions that brings out with you?
Well, I think that we all have the same passion. You know, we growing our kids up, we let them try everything. We wanted them to find their own way and find what they loved the most. But I guess there's something to be said about growing up in a musical household, and that seems to feed all of our souls. And so, looking back, I don't know that I could have committed as much of myself to all of this all these years if I hadn't known that I would have them with me. Because I don't know that I would have been able to justify being away from them so long. Because this is, you have to be all in, and you have to be here round the clock, and so many late hours. And so it means so much to me to see how this has impacted their lives and all the students. You know, when I see what this means to young people, you know, we have students who've called me who are now out working in the community. They have families who were in the first production of Les Mis, and they're like, we can't wait. We want to know when we buy tickets. I even had a student say, I would like to come by and talk to your cast, because this is the most impactful thing that happened for me in my journey through, you know, school. And so it does matter, and whether it be my kids or any kids, I'm just thankful that they have the opportunity, and thankful for a school system that supports the arts, because this is a home for so many, and it does provide an opportunity for people to learn more about the world and more about themselves by portraying someone else.
Yeah, it is the opening weekend. I know it goes through, I think, the first weekend in May. I'm sure tickets are hard to get by now. Are there still some available? Do you even know?
Absolutely. The beauty in the development over time and what we've done is that we've been able to offer more productions. So the fact that we have more dates available now, tickets are still readily available. You can go to gofan.co. So it's all one word, GOFAN.co, and look up our school and look for Les Mis, and you will see a number of dates.
Michael Choate, thank you so much. Can't wait to see the production of Les Mis.
Thank you so much, buddy.
So we are meeting some of the cast who's going to be playing Les Mis. We're right outside the auditorium. Rehearsals going on. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Give us again your name.
Hope Robertson.
Hope Robertson. Hope, what character are you playing in Les Mis?
I am playing Cosette.
You are Cosette?
Yes, I'm one of them. We're double cast.
Okay.
Yes.
So how has the process been getting ready for opening night?
Whew, we've been here a lot of hours. It's amazing. It's been great. This past week has really been like everyone's been collaborating, and we've had to bring in the lights and the sound and the tech and the costumes, and on top of all of the staging and everything. And so it's been really cool just to see everyone working together.
Yeah.
And even like the parents coming and helping, and it's just a really awesome community.
Now, how long have you been preparing for this role?
Since January? January?
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, and here it is.
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
ready?
No, not yet.
Yeah. So how do you feel like the production is going to go?
Oh, it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
There are no words for how amazing it's going to be.
All right, Hope Robertson is Cosette. You want to be sure to check it out. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. All right, joining us now, more cast members for Les Mis. What's your name?
Hello, I'm John Lucas Daniels.
John Lucas Daniels, and what role are you playing in Les Mis?
So I play Monsieur Thénardier. I'm one of them, and then when I'm not, I'm a student. My name's Fulie, and I also play the bishop.
All right. So how excited are you for this production to finally get going?
I am ecstatic. We had auditions back in September, and we've been rehearsing since January. And this past couple days have just been so amazing, getting to see all the different parts of the production come together. And it is truly the most beautiful show that I've ever been a part of. So,
Are you ready to perform in front of somebody besides your peers?
ready? I will be. Right now, I don't know, but it's exciting for sure. I can't wait to have an audience.
What do you still have to do to get ready?
Well, we still have, today's Wednesday, right? Okay, so we have 2 days until we open, so we still have a couple more runs in us just to solidify some things, set some last minute like light cues and add the mics and everything, and so that's, yeah.
So have you been in productions before?
Yes, this is my second show here at CHS, but I've been doing shows since I was, I want to say 11 or 12 or something, and I've been doing like workshops for theater like before then since I was a kid. So
And this is something that you want to continue to do after you get out of school?
yes, I do.
Awesome.
I do.
Well, we look forward to your performance.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Great. Another cast member with us. What is your name?
I'm Maggie Cook.
Maggie Cook. And Maggie, what role are you playing in Les Mis?
I'm playing Eponine.
Oh, Epony. Okay. So how have you been preparing? Has this been something that you are really in touch with, that you're really looking forward to playing this character?
Oh, yes, for sure. This role is such a humongous role in the theater world, and it's very daunting to take on, but yeah, I'm thrilled that I get the opportunity to do such. Yes.
Now, how long have you been working on this role?
So we started in January, but whenever I found out I was cast as Eponine, I immediately started watching the movie
I was
and all
gonna
the
say, yeah.
shows and trying to take down little notes of what I could do. So
Are you putting your own flair?
yes, for sure. It's definitely different than some other Eponines I've seen.
Oh,
but
awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, how excited are you to finally get out in front of an audience and just show them what Epony looks like?
I'm ecstatic for it, really. It's a pleasure to be able to do this in my hometown and share her story with everyone. And I think it's a very important story.
Now, what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
So this is it.
Yes,
Wow.
this is it.
Yeah. Going out with a bang.
Really, yes. Yes.
Well, congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you up on stage.
Thank you so much.
All righty. I'm sure you look familiar, look like a Choate, but let's go ahead and get your name anyway.
Hi, my name is Ella Choate, and I am a senior here at Cookeville High School.
A senior. That makes me feel old. So, Ella, this is it. Les Mis, the grand finale of your senior year. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready. I'm ready for the show. I'm not ready for it all to be over. 10 years ago, I did the same show as Little Cosette, same place, same time. So it's a full circle moment.
It has come full circle, haven't it? And now, what role are you playing?
I am playing Fontaine
Okay.
in this show.
Yeah. And how has that been, getting ready to play this role?
Well, a lot of it's mental preparation. A lot of times you'll catch some of us like off stage, like getting into character, and people are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm just getting into character." But it's a wonderful experience. A lot of mental preparation, as well as all the rehearsal and memorization. It's going to be great.
Yeah. If you could tell the audience what your opinion of this production is. You've been in several. Where does this rank as far as the productions you've been in?
I think this is my top and number one. And like, I'm not just saying that, like genuinely, like this show will make you tear up even in the beautiful moments and in the sad moments, even in the moments that are like there, you know. It's a really beautiful show.
Well, we look forward to seeing you in it, and certainly congratulations on a great high school career. What are you going to do when you get out of school?
I'm going to double major in psychology and art education, and then I'm going to get my graduate's degree and become a licensed clinical social worker.
All right. Well, sounds like you got it figured out. All right. Thanks so much.
Of course, thank you.
One more cast member to talk to here before we get into Les Mis. What is your name and what role will you be playing?
My name is Clay Brooks, and I'm playing Javert.
Ah, Javert, yes. What a great role. So what have you had to do to get into this role?
I've really had to watch a lot of different versions of Les Mis and just kind of see what everybody brings to the table of what Javert could be,
Yeah.
And his character and what he brings out. I have read a lot about Les Mis and about the revolution and just all that his character brings to the show.
Yeah.
And it's really helped me to dive into who he truly is.
Now, I mean, in the movie at least, he comes across as a pretty hard-nosed jerk.
Yes,
So
yes,
is
absolutely.
that how you're going to come across?
A little, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, of course, I'm gonna bring myself to the role.
Right.
But he is kind of a little jerk in the show. He's kind of mean to everyone he comes across with. But he's a fun character to play.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not a nice character in the show.
Now, you don't take that home, do you? You don't take the
I try my
character.
best not to.
And what year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior too?
Yes, sir.
So for this to kind of be your swan song, this is how you're going to go out your senior year. What's that mean
Yes.
to you?
It's very big. It's very exciting, and I'm very proud to say that I'm here where I am now. It's taken a lot of hard work, but it's very rewarding. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, we certainly look forward to seeing you play this role, and congratulations on a great high school career.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And joining us now, you got to say it's the lead. It's Jean Valjean. What is your name?
My name is Kendall Smith.
Kendall Smith. To play Jean Valjean in Les Mis, what does that mean to you?
It's an honor, really. I've been in this program for almost my entire high school career now. Just having been brought up by Mr. Choate, he's really integrated me well into the program, brought me up the ranks, and finally, it's coming to fruition.
Yeah.
And I feel like I get my chance, but also, it's just a chance to give people a great lesson. It's a lesson that some people need, a chance at redemption.
Yes.
Some people need to know that.
Yeah.
And so really, it's an honor to get to play this role,
Yeah.
to teach people.
When did you find out you were going to be playing this role?
December of 2023, late night, a lot of rumors, a lot of fake cast lists, a lot of ooh and ah and all that. But yeah, finally came out, and we were all like, oh, finally, it came out real.
Yeah.
It's real.
So have you been preparing yourself for this role since then?
Yes. The show got announced in August. So really I've been preparing just for everything in the show since then, listening to all the songs, listening to ensemble stuff. But yeah, ever since December, I've been practicing Jean Valjean. So yeah.
Great. Well, we look forward to seeing it. And you're a senior, I assume?
Yes.
So to kind of put this cap on your high school career, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's a great send-off, gotta say. I've had the chance to be in 3 now amazing productions at Cookeville High School. First, The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Second, Anastasia. And now, of course, Les Mis. Just amazing shows. And just to be able to do something of this kind of caliber in high school is insane to even think about. So really, it's just the best way to send me off into college. And I don't think I'll ever be able to do anything like it ever again.
Well, we certainly look forward to seeing you play the role of Jean Valjean, and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right. And that's going to do it for this week's PCSS Connection podcast. Don't forget, you can check out every episode on the PCSS YouTube channel, or you can always check out our Facebook, Instagram, or X pages and see what we got going on there. Until next week, have a great week, everybody, and God bless.